What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris, and today is a quick little recap slash review of Season 2 slash Episode 1 of The Mandalorian. Now this one is entitled Chapter 9, The Marshal, so they're continuing on from Chapter 8 in Season 1, carrying over into Season 2, and they're going by the chapters, so this is Chapter 9. But it also counts as Episode 1, Season 2. Now I've purposely let this video go for a week just so everyone has time to watch it, digest it, so of course, there are major spoilers within this video. We're going to be talking about some major plot points within this episode. You have been warned. You have had a week. Now, before I give a quick plot synopsis of the episode, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, geeks and geekettes. I thought this was a good re-entry back into the Mandalorian universe. I thought it was wonderfully directed, brilliantly choreographed, brilliantly executed with its production design and costume design, and it felt so much more like a Western, more so than Season 1. So the basic premise for Episode 1 is Mando seeking out help to reunite the child with its kind. He approaches criminal Gor Gorash, who supposedly knows their whereabouts. Fun fact, that guy is actually played by John Leguizamo. He loves his heavy makeup. Korash actually wants Mando's armor, and of course Mando's like, nah, that ain't gonna happen, buddy. Korash actually reveals there may be another Mandalorian located on an unknown whereabouts in Tatooine. So the place in Tatooine is called Mos Plago, and it's not actually located on the map. So upon arriving there, that's when we really get the sense that this is like a Western with Mando and the child, you know, walking down the main street of this town, and it's kind of like the old style cowboy Western. You know, when the anti-hero is walking down the street and all the locals are just death staring him. So Mando actually meets the self-appointed Marshal Cobb Vanth, who wears Mandalorian armor once owned by Boba Fett. When I saw that shot of him behind Mando in the barn, it panned around, I'm like, holy shit, it's Boba Fett. Oh wait, no it's not. It looks like someone wearing Boba Fett armor as cosplay. First off, he looks way too tall, way too like slim build to be Boba Fett. Takes the helmet off, and I had the exact same thought as Jeremy Jahns, what he said in his review of this episode. I thought it was some weird Pierce Brosnan hybrid, but it's Timothy Olyphant with a very nice looking beard and nice grey silver fox hair going on. And I thought this was an interesting casting choice, and he was a great casting choice. He really worked well. Him and Mando have great chemistry throughout the episode. So these guys are about to have a standoff, and then a crate dragon comes straight through town, which is what has been worrying the townsfolk. And this is what the episode revolves around. It's about Mando and the Marshal working together to try and stop this thing before it takes out the town and the townspeople. So Vanth actually explains that he acquired the armor from Jabba scavengers to fight off the mining collective who had invaded Mos Plago following the destruction of the second Death Star. You with me? So essentially Vanth has just used the armor to protect the townspeople as, I guess, like a symbol. If, you know, someone who isn't Bruce Wayne put on the bat suit, it is seen as a symbol. So the two of them are heading out to the Krayt Dragon's lair, and this is a great little Easter egg. Did you notice what the Marshal speeder is made out of? It's actually a pod racer engine. It looks a lot like Anakin's. Not 100% sure if it is, but nonetheless, still a very cool Easter egg. So the two of them actually joined forces with the Tusken Raiders because the Tusken Raiders want rid of the Krayt Dragon as well. So they essentially have to make peace, work together to destroy this thing. And they talk in almost a sign language. Mando talks to the Tusken Raiders in a sign language. Fun fact, Lucasfilm actually employed a deaf person to be one of the Tusken Raiders and come up with a sign language for the Tusken Raiders and Mando to communicate with, and I think that is just wonderful. That's just amazing. So the group attempts to lure the dragon out of its cave and kill it with planted explosive under its belly, because apparently that is its weak spot. They harpoon it, it breaks free, and it goes under the ground and up into the mountain. And that's when Mando and the Marshal jetpack up there, and that's honestly one of my favorite shots slash scenes in this episode, is those two jetpacking up to the top of the mountain to get the Krayt Dragon and try and weaken it and bring it back down to the ground. It was so swashbuckling and adventurous. I absolutely fucking loved it. So Mando notices a bantha with leftover explosives on its saddle. He lures the dragon over where him and the bantha are, swallows them both whole. He detonates the explosives on the bantha, ultimately sacrificing it, and we think that Mando sacrificed himself, but clearly not. We've got several more episodes to go. Mando comes out alive, covered in slime, looking like a broad badass in that armor. The Tusken Raiders butcher the dragon's remains, discovering a valuable pearl, and Vanth returns the armor to the Mandalorian as promised. And when they part ways, it cuts to a figure up on the mountain watching them, and it's none other than Boba fucking fat. I seriously squealed like a schoolgirl when I saw that shot of Tamora Mortensen, and I was so happy that they got him back. I love his look. He's scar-riddled, he's bald, and he just looks like a wasteland outlandish badass. So Geeks and Geekettes, I loved this first episode of season 2, even though it is called Chapter 9 The Marshal, and it's just continuing on. I'm gonna count it as episode 1, season 2. It was a great refresher and just thrown straight back into this wonderful world that is The Mandalorian. One thing I want to point out, I don't know if you guys noticed, Mando looks a lot more beastly and broader, like they've really broadened out that armor. And ever since doing that video on the Mando helmet and learning the paints and everything, I've just been mesmerized and spellbound by just looking at the armor on screen and how it reflects certain lighting conditions. I love it. Now, my only gripe with this episode, and it's seriously minute, and it's probably just me doing my own head in. I don't know if you guys, some of you, had the same reaction. In the first scene where he goes to meet Koresh and he's walking down the main street and there's graffiti everywhere, it kind of took me out of the Star Wars world because it's graffiti. Like, I've never really seen graffiti in Star Wars. It may be in the background somewhere and I've just completely missed it, I don't know. But it kind of just took me out of that world for a split second, but once he went in to the ring match and met up with Koresh, I kind of was just thrown straight back into it. That was the only real gripe I had with this episode. And of course the child just looks beautiful as always. That puppet is just absolutely amazing. So guys, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts with what you predict will happen in the next coming episodes. What do you want to see happen with Boba Fett? I want to see him get his armor back and become Super Saiyan Boba Fett again. That just would be badass. Hell, make the Marshal an honorary Mandalorian for all I care. That'd be cool to see the three of them all fight together. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Thank you for the amazing, overwhelming feedback and support with the Captain America suit video. That was a lot of fun to do. Still have some tinkering to do on the suit, but that's gonna be for a rainy day, even though it is bucketing down here at the moment. Guys, wherever you are in the world, have yourselves an absolute cracker of a day. I hope you're well, hope you're happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.